What's going on today, guys? It is Bribey, and today we are going to be talking about the Arc Raiders roadmap for 2026. Now, this is not in a hype way, this is not in a reading a patch notes way, but in a what this actually means for the future of the game kind of way. Because once I really sat with this, I realized this roadmap changes how Arc Raiders is going to be played, and I think a lot of people are overlooking that. Now, I wanted to mention what they said on their website. It says, "Hello Raiders, the ice has melted, you have survived one of the most punishing winters in recorded Rust Belt history. Others weren't so lucky. Bodies that survived began to thaw, revealing a hardened, resolute spirit. The cold snap either kills you or it makes you stronger, and Topside is experiencing more and more Raiders going against the odds for ever greater glory and rewards. On January 27th, our Headwinds update arrives." Now, Arc Raiders launched in October, and since then it's felt like the game has been finding its footing. But this roadmap, this is them saying, all right, this is our first real year. They even call 2026 their first full year of Arc Raiders. That wording matters, because that's when the game stops experimenting and is starting to commit to what they're doing. Now, what's changed and what is important to me, what I noticed, is there's one sentence on the website that stood out to me immediately. Since we're aiming to deliver a content update every month going forward, this is not normal early access talk from the devs. That's not, "we'll see how it goes." That's a live service cadence. And once a game commits to monthly updates, everything about how you play is going to change. Now, what monthly updates actually mean and what's important. Here's what most people think monthly updates mean: new enemies, new maps, new stuff. But what it really means is instability, and I do not mean that in a bad way. This means that metas won't sit still, safe strategies won't stay safe, and players who rely on one playstyle will get punished over time. This is the kind of update schedule that rewards players who understand systems, not just aim. And Arc Raiders is very much a systems game. Now, something else I noticed immediately is they're being very vague. No specifics, no exact enemies, no hard promises. And that is intentional. When devs stay vague, it usually means that they're testing systems live, balance is still moving, or they want flexibility. That's actually healthy, because it means they're planning long term, not chasing the reactions of what everybody is speaking about, like what Call of Duty and Fortnite was doing. Now, escalation, they're calling this phase escalation, and that word choice is important. Escalation doesn't mean more content. What it means is increased pressure, harder decisions, and more risks per run, which lines up perfectly with monthly updates. This isn't about comfort. It's about forcing adaptation. Now, what this is going to mean for casual versus hardcore players, and this is where the player base is going to split. Casual players are going to jump in after updates, chase new enemies, and react to the changes. And then my hardcore PvP players, like myself, will be preparing before the updates, master locations, and focus on the economy and routing of the game. So monthly updates widen the gap between reaction and preparation. That's not opinion. That's how live service games work. And I want to mention what they've said on their website for solo versus quads, which is going to be very interesting. They say, "For those that have passed level 40 and are up to the challenge, it is now possible to test yourself as a solo in a lobby of squads. Will you be a hunter, a silent assassin, or a hidden looter? With extra XP on offer for joining as a solo against quads, all options are on the table." This is going to change everything. And this is the part people usually ignore. If updates are coming monthly, then learning loot routes, understanding map flow, and managing risk versus reward becomes way more important than chasing kills. This is why I've been focusing more on understanding locations like Stellamontis instead of just posting clips, because systems survive patches. Clips do not. My take on this is this roadmap honestly made me more confident in Arc Raiders. Not because of one update, but because of the direction. They're not rushing. They're not over-promising. They're saying, stick around, we're building something healthy. And for a game like this, that's exactly what you want to hear. And I really want to go over what actually is going on in this game. You know, Arc Raiders posted on their website, 2026 is upon us and we're embarking on our first full year of Arc Raiders. Let's do this thing. When we launched in October, we gave you a rundown of our plans for the rest of 2025. We hope this got you excited about what's coming up and gave you a flavor of how much new content to expect. Since we're aiming to deliver a content update every month going forward, we want to keep you in the loop. As we head into 2026, we're excited to share our roadmap for the next 4 months. This will show you the types of new content to look forward to, new enemies, maps, conditions, or other changes. As you can expect, we're not going to offer all the specifics, but enough that you know where we're heading. Stick around. After escalation, there's even more to come. Now, what's actually crazy about this is I saw on a Reddit post and I also saw on their social media that they have 10 years of content. This roadmap isn't about January or February. It's about what Arc Raiders is actually becoming. And if they hold this cadence by the end of 2026, this game is going to feel very different. And with escalation, they had said on their website, the cold snap has passed, but its danger cast a long shadow. Extreme weather will continue to test raiders as they scavenge the surface for the resources that keep Speranza running. The increased Arc presence continues to trouble Shawnee as the Rust Belt grows more overwhelmed, but no one holds all the pieces. The scale of impending escalation remains unknown. Venture topside into an increasingly volatile Rust Belt and make sure you're prepared for what's to come. Keep a lookout. New content is just around the corner. See you topside, the Arc Raiders team. Now, this is actually insane. A game I have never seen take this much depth into their community and keeping it so vague. They're doing a content strategy that is going to bend your mind and force you to be curious. That is how a storytelling timeline is, and this is so important that if they're going to push this game to make it last as long as they are, you know that they're going to make this an explosive update and for all future updates. Let me know what you're feeling and how you're feeling about this roadmap and whether you think monthly updates are a good thing or a risky move. And as always, make sure to leave a like. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think of this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.